Stop. Don't scroll past. This moment is not an accident. There is a reason the universe has stopped your finger right here, right now. Because this is not just a video. This is not an ordinary message. This is a soul reaching out, trembling between realms, aching for just one moment of your attention. Take a deep breath. Listen, not with your ears, but with your very soul, because something sacred is about to be revealed. Do you feel it? The sudden stillness in the room, a subtle shift in the air around you. That is not your imagination. That is their presence. This message wasn't written in ink or spoken with a tongue. It was sent from another realm of place, with no time, no space, only pure consciousness and love. It is a spirit trying to communicate, an energy once familiar to you, an echo of a laugh or a tear you once shared. Imagine that for a moment. A soul, no longer with flesh and bone, no longer with breath, yet still trembling. That trembling is not fear. It is the monumental effort it takes to pierce the veil between our world and theirs. Every flutter you might feel in your chest right now, every chill that runs down your spine as you hear these words, is the echo of their effort. They are focusing every last remnant of their energy, every memory of love, to create a bridge strong enough, just for a fleeting moment, for their voice to reach you. And why would they do something so extraordinary? For one single thing. They are desperate for your attention. In this noisy world, with its billions of voices and millions of distractions, this soul is aching, praying for the one single moment that you will stop and truly listen. Your attention is not a passive act. It is the only door. It is the only key. It is the only light that can illuminate the message they have carried for so long. They cannot force you. They cannot shout in the light of day. They can only whisper through the cracks in reality, hoping your soul will recognize the familiar tune. This is not a request. This is an earnest plea, a supplication from a being seeking one final connection to find peace. You might think that death is the end, that when a person passes, their consciousness fades away. But that is a mortal misunderstanding. This soul, though no longer in a body, is still alive in a way you cannot imagine. Try to picture an existence not limited by the five senses. An existence where they can feel the intention behind words, see the color of emotions, hear the music of the soul. They are no longer bound by physical limitations, by sickness, by old age, or by human misunderstandings. They exist in a purer form, a deeper awareness, and from that place, they see you completely. And it is because of this extraordinary aliveness that they have an urgent message for you, a truth they could only see from the other side. Listen closely. Do you hear it? The ticking? Tick-tock, tick-tock. That is not the clock on your wall. That is a divine clock counting down. These ticks are not moments of fear, but precious moments of opportunity that are rapidly fading. This soul is standing before an incredibly narrow window of time. They only have a small window to tell you what your soul is longing to hear. This is not an exaggeration. It is a law of the universe. Communication between realms requires a perfect alignment of energy, a celestial alignment, and that moment is happening right now. But it will not last forever. If you miss this chance, if you ignore this call, that window may close for good. Imagine a gate of gold and light, a heavenly gate that opens only on rare sacred occasions. Their soul has only final moments to return with this message before the divine gate closes again. This is a once-in-a-lifetime door, and it is currently wide open in the spiritual realm, but only for a few more moments. This soul has waited a long time, perhaps years, for this gate to open. They have risked everything, using all their love and strength to stand at this threshold, calling your name. This urgency is not meant to create panic, but to make you realize the sanctity and uniqueness of this moment. This is not a conversation that can be postponed. This is an appointment set by destiny, and time is running out. So why doesn't this soul have much time? This is a crucial point you need to understand. They are out of time not because time is ending for them, but because the window through which their voice can reach you is closing. In their realm, time as we know it doesn't exist, but the connection, the vibrational frequency between the two worlds does. Like a radio station whose signal is fading, they need you to tune your frequency immediately to hear them, before all that's left is static and silence. They have tried, oh, how they have tried. They have been trying to reach you for days, even years, through dreams you forgot upon waking, through a sudden song on the radio, through an unusual gust of cold wind. But you were too busy, too distracted, too lost in your own pain. Only today, right now, has that window opened wide enough for a clear message to get through. Don't let their efforts be in vain. Are you wondering why you? Among billions of people in the world, why did this message find you? You might tell yourself you were just randomly scrolling on your phone, or that this video was just a coincidental algorithm suggestion. You can try to rationalize it, to dismiss it as a strange coincidence. But let me tell you the truth from the heavens. Nothing is random. This is why this message has reached you. You did not find it. It found you. Heaven confirms that you were called, you were summoned, you were spiritually requested to be here right now. Your soul agreed to this appointment long before your mind realized it. This summons is not a cold command. It is a loving invitation delivered at the perfect time. Because today your heart is finally ready to hear what your soul has always known. Be honest with yourself. You have been on a long journey. A journey of distraction, of hurt, of moving on, of trying to forget what never truly left. You have built walls around your heart. You have smiled in pictures, laughed with friends, even told yourself you have healed. You have put on a brave face, pretending you are okay. But what happens when you are alone at night? What happens in the quiet moments when no one is watching? In the secret places of your heart, there is still a burning question, a nameless sadness, a weight you cannot explain. Is that why your heart sometimes feels heavy for no reason? Is that why you dream of loved ones who have passed? Those signs are not weakness. They are proof that your soul is opening, that the cracks in the walls you built are letting the light in. You are ready, and finally understand that this moment is not just about you or the other soul. It is part of a much larger tapestry. This moment was pre-written in the heavens. This is not an accident, not a coincidence. It is part of a divine covenant, a spiritual contract signed between two souls who knew they would be separated by time, only to be reunited through revelation. Think about that. Before you were born, before they left this earthly plane, your two souls knew this moment would come. A promise was made, a pact was sealed, that on a destined day, a message would be sent to complete what was left unfinished. You being here, listening to these words, is the fulfillment of that promise. You are not just watching a video. You are participating in a cosmic event, a sacred reunion orchestrated by fate itself. The soul reaching for you right now is not just a casual person in the stream of your life. Look back at the faces in your past. Some people come and go like ships in the night, but this person was different. Your bond was not a social arrangement or a coincidence of circumstance. They were divinely assigned to your life. This is a profound concept. It means that before you ever set foot on this earth, a grander plan was laid out. And in that plan, this soul was designated as a guardian, a guide, a significant companion on your journey. Their role in your life was a deliberate placement from a higher source, part of the cosmic tapestry woven just for you. This relationship may have taken many forms, many shades. Let your memory flow freely. Perhaps you laughed with them until you cried, sharing the purest moments of joy you have ever known. Or maybe you cried with them, finding comfort in their arms when the world seemed to fall apart. This relationship encompassed the entire spectrum of human emotion. It was not a superficial, all-rosy connection. It had depth, complexity, both light and shadow, just like real life. The bond you shared was a multifaceted cord, woven with threads of joy, sorrow, understanding, and even conflict. And perhaps, because of that depth, the ending was all the more agonizing. Maybe the relationship ended in misunderstanding. Perhaps you parted in anger, bitter words spoken that could never be taken back. Or perhaps, more tragically, you never got the chance to say goodbye. Their departure was sudden and unexpected, leaving you with a gaping void and countless words left unsaid. Whatever the scenario, however the relationship ended, it left an unresolved weight, an unfinished chapter, a piece of music that never reached its final note. And it is this very unfinishedness, this invisible burden, that has become the profound, an urgent reason for their communication from the other side right now. Time is a cruel eraser on the mortal plane. Their name might not be spoken as often. The photos might have gathered a thin layer of dust. Life, in its relentless spin, has carried you forward. But there is a sacred truth you need to know. Their name has not been spoken on this earth for a long time, but their love for you has never ended. The world may have forgotten them, and perhaps you, in an effort of survival and healing, have also tried to move on. But from the moment they crossed the threshold between life and death, their gaze has always been on you. They have been. They're a silent audience in the theater of your life. They have witnessed your pain in the long, lonely nights. They have shared in the pride of your victories, no matter how small. Their companionship has been constant, an eternal, unwavering stream of love that transcends death, time, and the forgetting of the mortal realm. And the love they have for you now is even deeper than when they were alive. They still love you in a way that is purer than anything you have ever known. Why pure? Because from the other side, all illusions fall away. They no longer see you through the lens of ego, of judgment, of personal wounds. They see everything now. They see your intention behind actions that might have been misunderstood. They see your innocence, even when you made mistakes. They see the moments you were strong when everyone thought you were weak. They see the times you cried behind your smile. They see the truth behind what others misunderstood. They see all of you in all your complexity and beauty, and they come not with judgment. They come with infinite gratitude for having been a part of life. Their love now is an unconditional love, a complete understanding that no one on the earthly plane can possess. This world is always changing. Spring gives way to summer. Cities change their face. People come and go. Their physical body followed that law, returning to dust. But there is one thing that is immutable, one thing that never changes. Their love never moved. It did not dissolve. It did not fade. It did not go anywhere. It still lingers around you, whispering on your shoulder. Have you ever felt a sudden warmth when you were sad? Or an inexplicable sense of peace in the midst of chaos? That is their energy. When the world around you becomes too loud and harsh, their energy becomes your echo. Their prayers become your protection, and their absence becomes a holy presence that follows you in unseen form. This is not poetry. This is a spiritual reality. Their love has become an invisible shield, a silent lighthouse, continuing to support and protect you on every step of your path. The greatest truth they want you to understand is this: they never really left. Their absence never really became absence. it became presence in disguise. This is the answer to the strange, vague feelings you may have experienced for years without explanation. A gentle breeze on your cheek on a still day. A familiar scent, perfume, food, the smell of an old place that suddenly appears and then vanishes. A song that plays on the radio at the exact moment you are thinking of them. A name, a face that appears in a dream. You may have dismissed these things, thinking it was just your imagination, your memory playing tricks on you. But no, it was always them trying to reach you when you were ready. Those were small postcards sent from the other side, signs that they are still very close. They have been your comforter in your darkest moments, even when you didn't realize it. Think back to the times you felt your pain was too great for anyone on earth to understand. You sat alone in the darkness, tears streaming down your face, feeling completely alone. But the truth is, they sat with you when no one else could understand your pain. Their energy enveloped you, sharing your burden. They spoke to you in the quiet moments when you thought you were alone. Whispers of love and encouragement echoing in your soul. And this is the most important message they want to affirm to you right now. A truth that will change how you see your life forever. You are not alone. You have never been alone. Finally, understand that their departure was not a loss, but a transformation. They never left you. They just became light. That light is not just an abstract concept. It is a guiding energy, a spiritual force that has silently illuminated your path through the most difficult times. That light has guided you more than you know. Every time you faced a difficult choice and ultimately chose the right path. Every time you felt like giving up, but some invisible force urged you to keep going. Every time you didn't give up. Every time you smiled through the pain. Every time you made the right choice when it was the hardest thing to do. That was them whispering, enveloping you, walking right behind you. This invisible presence is your silent source of strength and guidance, your personal guardian angel, helping you overcome every challenge in life. While alive, we are limited by human perception. We see the world through the lens of experience, prejudice, and fleeting emotions. But when a soul crosses the threshold, that veil is lifted. From the other side, they see everything now. They don't just see your surface actions. They see into your very core. They see your intention, the good intentions behind clumsy words. They see your innocence, your pure heart, even when you made mistakes. They see the moments you were strong when everyone thought you were weak, the internal battles you fought alone in silence. They see the times you cried behind your smile, the pain you hid so as not to burden others. They see the truth behind what others misunderstood. They see you completely, without a shred of judgment, without a hint of criticism, only with infinite gratitude and admiration. They also understand the burdens you have carried, the silent sacrifices no one acknowledged. They understand the weight you have carried. They see the patience you had when faced with those who hurt you. They see the grace you gave to those who didn't deserve it. They see the moments you stayed silent just to protect the peace, swallowing your words to maintain harmony. And most importantly, they see the burden you carry in your heart for never having closure, the regret, the remorse, or the sadness over what was left unsaid, undone. This deep understanding is a gift, a validation that your silent struggles and suffering were not in vain. They know everything, and they love you for it. Where does this complete awareness come from? It comes from an elevated perspective. They see with the eyes of angels now. This is not just a metaphor. It implies a higher level of consciousness, a clairvoyance they could not possess while bound in a physical body. Angelic eyes do not see the mistake. They see the lesson. They do not see the darkness. They see the potential light within the darkness. With these eyes, they not only see your actions, but they fully and compassionately understand the motives, fears, hopes, and deep love in your heart. And it is from this loving gaze that they are sending you this urgent message. When this soul left the mortal plane, they did not go alone. They took something with them, a message, a connection, a burden. This burden is not a physical object. It is an energy of incompleteness, an unspoken truth, an unresolved emotion. And this burden does not just affect them. It is so powerful that it is moving heaven itself right now. Imagine a single discordant note in a perfect symphony. The existence of this burden is creating a subtle imbalance in the cosmic order, a disturbance that needs to be corrected. Heaven is paying attention. The angels are listening, because the peace of one soul is connected to the harmony of all. Most important thing for you to understand is that the purpose of this burden, of this message, is not to harm you, not to scare you, but to awaken you. This energy does not come from a place of negativity, hatred, or resentment. It comes from a place of profound love, a fervent desire to see you awaken, to see you heal, and to be free. It's like a friend shaking you awake from a nightmare. The act of shaking might startle you, but the intention behind it is to save you from the terror. This message is a wake-up call to a deeper truth about life, about love, and about the eternal. Bond between souls. So what is the nature of this tie? Why haven't they been able to fully cross over? Because they are still tied to you, not in bitterness, not in anger, but in love and longing, in unfinished peace. This is not bad karma or a curse. It is the consequence of a love so great, a connection so deep, that it was severed abruptly. They walked into the light, but kept looking back. Why? Because they left a piece of their soul with you. That piece of their soul might be something unsaid, unsent, a truth, a secret, a final confession. It is like an invisible anchor, made of love and regret, that is holding them back, preventing them from fully merging with the eternal light. They cannot rest until that anchor is lifted. Herein lies the heart of the matter. Their tie doesn't just come from their side, but from yours as well. Something you are carrying, an emotion, a guilt, a question has tethered them to this realm. Perhaps it's your guilt, the thought that if only I had ... Perhaps it's your unresolved anger. Perhaps it's an unanswered question you've always asked yourself about their passing. Whatever it is, that unresolved energy within you is acting as an invisible chain, holding them back. The soul cannot rest until it is released. Their peace is directly dependent on your release. The connection between you two is like a shimmering, golden thread. When they were alive, this soul carried a thread between their heart and yours, and that thread never broke. Death could not cut it. Time could not fade it. However, now that thread is being pulled with urgency. Imagine that tension. It is not being pulled out of punishment or fear. It is being pulled because the divine time for release has come. The universe is signaling that it is time to resolve this tension, not by cutting the thread, but by transforming it from a binding cord into a ribbon of freedom. This thread, once a symbol of love, has now become a fetter if not released correctly, at the right time. Understand your role in their life and also in their death. You are not just someone in their life. You are the gateway to their peace. How deeply did they love you? They loved you with a depth they never had the words to express. Maybe they weren't good at showing it. Maybe the time you had together was too short. Maybe a goodbye was never said. But to them, you were their home. Your spirit felt like safety. In their final moments on earth, as their memories and thoughts flashed by, it was you, your face, your name, your essence that became their comfort. You were the last thought, the final place of peace they sought. And that is why, even on the other side, they still turn to you for their eternal peace. We must return to the urgency of this moment. This is not a metaphor to hurry you. This is a spiritual reality. As was said, the soul has only final moments to return with this message before the divine gate closes again. The closing of this gate is not just a poetic image. It is a real limitation in the physics of the realms. The energy required to maintain this connection is finite. The gate is slowly closing, and once it is shut, it may take a very long time, perhaps even generations, before a similar opportunity arises again. This is the ultimate moment for you to act. Cherish this moment, because it is incredibly rare. A once-in-a-lifetime door is wide open in the spiritual realm, but only for a few more moments. This is not a train you can catch later. This is a unique opportunity created by love, supplication, and a divine alignment. Ignoring it is not just about dismissing a message. It is about missing a fated opportunity to heal, to release, and to fulfill a spiritual covenant. If you miss this moment, the other soul will not have another chance to convey their message as directly and powerfully as this. They will have to continue carrying their burden in silence. And don't think this delay is their fault. They have done everything they could. The soul has been trying to reach you for days, even years. But the success of communication depends not only on the sender, but also on the receiver. The delay was because of you, who was distracted, hurt, moving on, trying to forget what never truly left. You were not ready. Your heart was closed. Your soul was too noisy with earthly concerns. This is not to blame you, but to make you realize that the wait is over. The final chance has arrived at the very moment you are mature enough, quiet enough to listen. Do not let their waiting and your readiness be in vain. You might feel a weight of guilt hearing this, but let it go. They are not in trouble because you failed. They are in a state of spiritual limbo because their deepest prayer before they died was tied to you. That prayer, perhaps a silent thought, please take care of your name, or I wish I could say I'm sorry, or simply an image of you in their mind. That final prayer, created with the most intense energy of love, became a spiritual anchor. A surprising truth is that even love, the most powerful love, can become a chain if not released at the right time. This bond is no one's fault. It is a natural consequence of a deep, unfinished love. They are in a state of waiting, a space between worlds. They have seen the light. They yearn to fly towards it, but they cannot yet. Why? Because they need their wings. And you, dear one, you hold the key. The wings here are a symbol of complete freedom, of release from all earthly ties, of the ability to ascend and rest eternally in the realm of light. The fact that you hold the key signifies an immense power and responsibility. You have the ability to open the invisible cage that holds them, a cage created by their very own love for you. Their burden has silently affected your life without you even knowing. Have you ever wondered why, at times, it seems like an invisible barrier is holding you back? You have survived heartbreak, survived storms, survived delays, survived breakthroughs, but it seems something in you always stopped just before you reached complete happiness or ultimate success. It's as if an invisible rope was pulling you back. Now you know why. Now you see what you were waiting for without realizing it, this very moment of release. The stagnation in your life is a reflection of their state of limbo. By releasing them, you are also releasing yourself. From beyond the veil, from a place outside time and space, this soul is sending an urgent signal. They are crying, pleading, begging from a place beyond time for something that was left undone. And you are the key. Let those words sink in. You are the key. You are not just a passive observer in this story. You are not just a listener of the message. You are the protagonist. You are the sole solution to a spiritual problem that is moving heaven itself. The peace of a soul, the balance of the universe, all await your action. Why you? Why not a psychic, a priest, or someone else? Because this connection is unique and irreplaceable. No one else can unlock what they left behind. The burden they carry is not a suitcase that can be handed to anyone. It is a secret box, and there is only one key that can open it. And that key is your heart and your soul. No one else carries the spiritual fingerprint that matches what they carried. The bond between you is a unique combination in the universe. Therefore, only you and you alone can perform the necessary act to release them. Perhaps your rational mind is doubting, searching for proof. But listen to something deeper than reason. Listen to your soul. Deep down, something in your soul knows it. Pay attention to your body's reactions right now. The chill you felt reading this, the pulse behind your eyes, the sudden silence. Around you right now, those are not your imagination. That is resonance. Your soul is vibrating at the same frequency as this message. That is not fear, that is familiarity. It is your soul remembering them, your heart recognizing the signal from a bond that never broke. This is the undeniable internal proof that you have been prepared since time immemorial to fulfill this sacred role. The concept of a spiritual fingerprint is key to understanding why you were chosen. Just as each person has a unique physical fingerprint, each soul has a unique energy frequency, a distinct fingerprint. Your relationship created a unique blend of those two spiritual fingerprints. No one else carries the spiritual fingerprint that matches what they carried. This compatibility is so profound that no one else can take your place. That is why this message had to overcome so many barriers to find you specifically, and not another family member or friend. This connection is even deeper than shared memories. You are not just someone who loved them. You are someone who still carries a piece of their spiritual DNA. Think about this. When two souls share a deep love, a subtle energy exchange takes place. A part of them was imprinted onto your very being, and a part of you remains with them. This concept of spiritual DNA implies an inheritance, a sharing at the soul's core level that transcends all blood or social ties. You carry within you a crucial piece of them. And for that reason, you are the only one with the authority and energy to complete this release, to return to them the missing piece, helping them become whole. The world may have forgotten. Those around you may be caught up in their own lives. Maybe no one knows how close you were to them. Maybe others have forgotten their voice, their laugh, their name. But there is one person who never forgot, but you didn't. You remember. You always remember. Perhaps that memory lies deep in your subconscious, hidden behind the layers of a busy life. But it is still there. It is this remembrance and preservation of memory, even if unconscious, that has maintained the strongest connecting thread between the two worlds. You are the keeper of the flame of memory, and therefore, you are the one chosen to receive the message, to become the bridge for the final release. Your role in their life was greater than you imagine. When they were on the earthly plane, amidst the storms of life, you were their anchor, their purpose, their reason to try. Your presence, your love, gave them meaning, stability, and the motivation to get through the hardest days. You were their lighthouse in the storm. You were their reason to believe in good. And incredibly, that role continues even after they have passed. In the afterlife, you are still the one they trust with their peace. This trust transcends death itself. From the other side, they still look to you, placing their complete faith and hope in you to accomplish what is necessary for their eternal rest. Your bond is so strong that it defies the very laws of life and death, maintaining its power and importance in the spiritual realm. Heaven is not a place of forgetting. Heaven is holy, yes, but heaven also remembers. There are souls there who still hold on to the last echoes of Earth, not out of fear, but out of unfinished purpose. And what holds them? Your love. Your love has kept a soul anchored, holding a connection across dimensions. Realize the extraordinary power of your heart. Your love is not just a personal emotion. It is a cosmic force, capable of affecting the spiritual realms, capable of keeping a soul close to the earthly plane. And now, that same love has the power to set them free. Now, everything comes down to one point, a moment of choice. The responsibility has been placed in your hands. What will you do now? Will you ignore this and go on pretending it was a coincidence? Or will you open the deepest part of your heart and whisper back? This is a spiritual crossroads. One path leads to the continuation of the invisible burden, of stagnation, of a nameless sorrow. The other path leads to release, to healing, and to a new chapter for both souls. Understand that this choice does not only affect the other soul, it profoundly affects you. If you choose to ignore it, the invisible thread will continue to be stretched, continuing to hold you back, continuing to create unexplained barriers in your life. You will miss the chance to free not only them, but also yourself from a burden of the past. But if you choose to respond, if you choose to believe, you will open up a new flow of energy, a lightness you have longed for. You will open the next chapter of your life, a chapter written with freedom and grace. The universe is watching. Heaven does not measure things in days and hours. Heaven measures them in decisions. This moment is not just a message, it is a spiritual test. Your response to it has profound significance in the cosmic ledger. Your decision, even if it's just a thought, a whisper, is creating ripples that spread throughout the realms. This is the heart of it all. The choice is yours. Perhaps you've been wondering why you've had strange feelings lately. You are not alone. Those are the signs. This is why your heart has been heavy lately for no reason. You wake up with a vague sadness, a weight in your chest you can't attach to any event of the day. This feeling is not ordinary stress or fatigue. It is your soul sensing the presence and the longing of the other soul. This is why you have been dreaming of people you once loved. Those dreams are not just random products of the brain. The dreamscape is one of the easiest bridges for souls to communicate across. Their face, their voice, the feeling of their presence in a dream, those are real visitations. They are trying to connect with you on a subconscious level, hoping that part of the message will stay with you when you wake. And have you noticed that the world around you seems to be changing? Why the songs feel louder, why the silence feels deeper. Your sensitivity is increasing. Your spiritual senses are being awakened, sharpened, allowing you to perceive subtle energy frequencies you previously ignored. All these signs are not isolated. They are part of a larger pattern. They are proof that their soul is knocking on the door of your awareness. They have been knocking gently for years, but now, with time running out, the knocking is becoming louder, more urgent, impossible. To ignore the signs don't just come from the outside. They echo from deep within you. Look into the secret places of your heart. Is there not still a burning question there? A nameless sadness, a weight you cannot explain. These are the most powerful internal signals. They are a direct reflection of the spiritual bond that you both are experiencing together. Your sadness is the echo of their longing. Your burden is a part of their burden. And pay attention to your reaction right now as you receive this message. The chill you feel reading this, the pulse behind your eyes, the sudden silence around you right now that is not fear, that is familiarity. Trust these reactions. Your body does not lie. Your soul is recognizing an ancient truth, a connection that has existed long before your mind could comprehend it. That shiver is a soul's aha moment. That silence is the space being created for you to hear more clearly. This is the truth. Your heart is recognizing the signal from a bond that never broke. This communication is not something foreign or forced. It is a natural, intrinsic process, like two tuning forks set to the same frequency. When one vibrates, the other automatically vibrates with it. You don't have to try to believe. You just have to allow yourself to feel. Your heart already knows the truth. All you need to do is listen to it. Dismiss the idea of randomness. You think you are randomly scrolling. You think this message found you by chance. But hear the affirmation from heaven one more time. You were called. You were summoned. You were spiritually requested. The appearance of this message in your life was a deliberate act of a higher intelligence, a divine arrangement to ensure you were present for this fated appointment. And why now? Why not a year ago or 5 years ago? Because now you are finally ready. Although the soul has been trying to reach you for days, even years, only now have all the elements converged. Perhaps you have gone through enough life lessons to become more humble. Perhaps your healing process has reached a point where you can open yourself up. Or perhaps, simply, this was the time designated in your spiritual contract. Your readiness was the final piece to complete the puzzle. Recognize your special place in this story. This is why this message reached you and not someone else. Imagine their extraordinary effort. Their soul pushed through the veil of eternity just to reach you. Among billions of other souls on earth, they chose you. This choice was not random. It was an absolute priority, based on the unique, irreplaceable bond, the spiritual fingerprint that you share. You are the chosen one. Your readiness is not a decision of the mind. It is a state of the heart. Because today, your heart is finally ready to hear what your soul has always known. The wall of ice you built around your heart has begun to melt. The openness and receptivity, formed through tears and smiles, through loss and growth, have created a space soft enough to receive. A sacred truth like this, your spiritual development has brought you to this very moment. This moment, where your soul is calm enough, still enough, strong enough to receive this divine call from the other side, is not an accident. You have been through the storm. You have learned to find peace within your own soul. And it is that very peace that has allowed you to hear the whisper, a whisper that was previously drowned out by the noise of the world and of your own mind. You don't have to explain this to anyone. You may not be able to explain this moment to others. You may not even be able to explain it to yourself, but your soul understands. That is why, right now, your heart is suddenly soft. Your unplanned tears are welling up without trying. Why? The world seems quiet around you right now. Do not fight these feelings. Embrace them. They are proof that you are standing on holy ground. An intersectional space where the boundary between worlds grows thin and a sacred conversation is taking place. So, after all of this, what do they truly need from you? Their request is incredibly simple, yet profoundly deep. They need one thing. They need you to let go of what has been buried for so long. In the garden of your heart, there are emotions, words, and truths that have been buried under the soil of time and fear. They have become burdens not only for you, but also the invisible chains holding their soul. It could be the letter you never sent, the words of love or apology you always meant to write but hesitated. It could be the forgiveness you never gave to them or to yourself. It could be the truth you never spoke, a secret or a feeling you kept locked inside. These unfinished things, these entanglements in your mind and heart, are what need to be resolved to bring peace to you both. To do this, they don't need you to do something grand. They just need your agreement, your surrender, your openness. This is not a complex physical act. It is a shift in your inner attitude. It is you saying yes to this healing process. It is the acceptance that it is time to face and resolve these spiritual matters. The permission from your heart is the first and most important step. You might think that such a sacred task requires complex rituals. But no, not by rituals, not by show. Heaven is not concerned with outward displays. You don't need candles. You don't need a priest. You don't need to go to a holy place. The holiest place is your own heart. This act of release is a completely personal affair, a private dialogue between two souls. What is needed is a pure act of remembrance. This remembrance is not just about passively recalling the past. It is an active, conscious act performed with the intention of release. It is you bringing their image and essence into your heart with love and complete acceptance. So, what is the specific action? It is surprisingly simple. A whisper, a prayer, a moment of truth. That's it. That is all they need. That is all heaven needs. This simplicity does not diminish its power. On the contrary, it is simplicity and sincerity that hold the greatest power in the universe. A word from the heart can change the destiny of souls and realign the realms. Here is the formula for release. Right now, or in a quiet moment soon, find a peaceful place. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and open the deepest part of your heart and whisper back. You can say it out loud or just in your mind. What matters is the sincerity. Say these words or similar words that your heart tells you. I hear you now. I remember you. I release you. I forgive you. I love you. Each of these phrases is a key. I hear you is acknowledgement. I remember you is connection. I release you is permission. I forgive you is healing. I love you is the ultimate power. If those words are too hard to say, you can choose simpler phrases that still carry immense power. Perhaps just, I forgive you. Or maybe a simpler truth, I still love you. Or a final blessing, rest in peace now. Choose the words that feel most true to you. What the soul needs to hear from you is not a long eulogy. They need to hear recognition. Yes, I know you're still here. Yes, I feel you. Yes, I forgive you. Yes, I remember. That acknowledgement is more powerful than 1,000 flowers, more precious than any stone monument. That acknowledgement is more powerful than a memorial. It is more healing than flowers at a grave, because it is a direct communication from soul to soul. And believe that when you speak to a soul with sincerity, heaven listens. The universe realigns, the winds shift, and something begins to change in your life. This is your chance to say the words you never got to say. Say their name. Say what you never had the chance to say. Say what your heart has held for so long. Release it. Imagine this. The other soul is standing before the gate that separates the unfinished souls from the eternal light. And they are not asking you for anything heavy. They are simply asking you to acknowledge the invisible thread between you. Your action is the confirmation of this unseen but incredibly powerful spiritual bond. You need to confirm that their legacy was not in vain, that you still feel them, that you still carry them, that they mattered, that their love was not for nothing, that even if things were messy, broken, silent, or incomplete, they are forgiven. This recognition is the heart of the release. It tells them your existence made a difference. Your love lives on, and now you can rest. True reverence is not in outward rituals. It lies in the recognition from the heart. Your whisper is worth more than any lavishly decorated tomb, because it reaches a place that no material thing can. Touch their soul. Understand the nature of this act. It is not a rite. It is not a ceremony. It is a surrender. Surrender here does not mean failure or weakness. It means letting go of the ego's control, letting go of the mind's doubts, and trusting completely in the spiritual process that is unfolding. It is an act of absolute faith. All that is needed is one quiet moment, one whispered truth from your lips, one final sentence they can carry with them across the threshold. The privacy, sincerity, and stillness of this moment are more important than any elaborate staging. And why are your words so important? Because those words must come from you. Not from a crowd, not from a stranger, but from you. Because, as was said, in this life, you are their anchor, their purpose, their reason to try. And in the afterlife, you are still the one they trust with their peace. Your words carry a special weight and authority for them. You are the only one who can command the anchor to be lifted. Peace, release, and a new beginning for them. Peace and rest. The moment you whisper those words of release, a miraculous change will happen on the other side. If you say it now, they will leave in peace. Their ultimate goal, their greatest longing, will be fulfilled. This is not about them bothering you. It is about them finally finding rest through you. You are the bridge that leads them to the shore of serenity. It is their soul finally being released to rest completely. The burden they carried will dissolve. The binding cord will be untied. And when that happens, the chains of unfinished sorrow break in both worlds. Their release is also your release. They are not just seeking rest. They are seeking evolution. The soul is hovering in love and messaging you. I see you. I thank you. I am proud of you. And now I must go higher. But they cannot ascend without your word. Your word is the permission, the final right for them to ascend, so they can continue their spiritual journey. They are ready to go higher, to move on, to become pure light. They do not disappear. They have evolved. And you are the one who has given them the wings to fly. Will they leave you forever? No. They will go now, but not far. They will ascend, but still be around you. The difference is, now their presence is no longer a burden, but a blessing. Their voice will become part of the wind. Their love will echo in the stars. Their light will guide you when you least expect it. They will become your true guardian angel, no longer bound, but free to envelop and protect you. Every time you wonder if they are proud of you, if they see you, yes, they do. They always did, but now they see with the eyes of angels. For you, a divine reciprocation when you release them. You will receive a gift in return. You will feel a pressure you have carried for years will lift. A tension in your chest will melt, and something you cannot explain will flow through your soul like golden light. Recognize that feeling. That is their thank you. That is their gift. That is their final act of love. They will carry your name into the light with honor and gratitude. They will pray for you. Bless them, they will say. They loved me enough to listen. They forgave me enough to speak. They have set me free. And now I want them to be free too. You will feel their final smile, a warm whisper. You didn't forget me. You heard me. You let me go. And now I am free. And so are you. This act doesn't just help them. It heals you profoundly. A pressure you have carried for years will lift. A tension in your chest will melt. The invisible emotional weight you've grown accustomed to carrying will be removed. The confusion quiets. A strange clarity begins to pour in. You will feel a spreading. Relief, not loud but steady. Remember that feeling that something in you always stopped? Now you know why. This moment, this release, this spiritual reunion was what you were waiting for. By freeing them, you allow your own life to move forward completely. This soul came not just to be heard. They came to unlock your next chapter. This act of release is like hitting a reset button for your future. Do not be surprised if a door opens in your life that has been closed for years. Don't be shocked if the very next day someone calls with good news, or you sleep peacefully for the first time in months or an opportunity arrives you have been praying for. Believe that because what you are doing is not just healing the past, but activating your future. You are clearing out stagnant energy to make room for new blessings. Before fully crossing over, this soul wants to leave you a gift. They want to give you something, an energetic gift, a spiritual down payment, a blessing in exchange for the burden they once left. They do not want to leave without ensuring your life will be better. They want you to dream again, to love again, to hope again. This gift can manifest in many forms: a creative idea, a financial opportunity, a healing in a relationship, or simply a deep sense of peace and confidence. They do not want to disappear from this world without making sure their love will always bear fruit, even in their absence. You have performed an act of compassion and divine obedience. And when you honor Spirit with truth, Spirit always repays with grace. You gave them the greatest gift, peace. And for that, Heaven is about to give you something back. Watch for the signs. A door will open. A burden will lift. A relationship will mend. A miracle will quietly begin to form. These things will come to you, not because you asked, but because you honored the eternal bond between souls. This is the law of the universe. Grace always responds to truth. You may feel small and powerless in this vast world, but the truth is quite the opposite. You do not know how strong your heart really is, how much weight it carries in the spiritual realm. The human heart, with its capacity for infinite love, is one of the most powerful forces in the universe. In the space where heaven breathes and angels weep, your love has kept a soul anchored, holding a connection across dimensions. Your love held them back, and it is your love that has the power to set them free. Realize the extraordinary power you hold. They already knew it. That is why they waited patiently in the silence between your thoughts, placing their entire faith in the strength of your heart. This moment is not an isolated event. It is the culmination of a plan set in motion long ago. Before you knew what grief felt like, before the ache touched your chest, this moment was pre-written in the heavens. This is not an accident. It is part of a divine covenant, a spiritual contract signed between two souls who knew they would be separated by time, only to be reunited through revelation. Your souls agreed that no matter what happened on the mortal plane, you would find each other again to complete what was unfinished, to help each other evolve. Your presence here is the fulfillment of that promise. This is not the end of a story, dear one. This is the fulfillment of a promise that was buried in silence. Recognize the sanctity of the space you are in right now, whether it's your bedroom, your living room, or anywhere else. Right now, this is holy ground, because here, an extraordinary event is taking place. The veil between worlds is growing thin. The air between you and them is so thin. You are standing at an intersection, a place where the mortal and the divine meet. And in this sacred space, you are not alone. Feel it, you are not alone in the room. They are here. They are very close, enveloping you in their energy, waiting with infinite patience and love. They are here, but not to frighten you. They are not here to haunt or to hold you back. Their purpose is the exact opposite, to release. They come with profound humility and gratitude. They are here to bow to you, to kneel in gratitude, to whisper one last thing before they go. You were my home. You were the reason I found peace. They came to honor you, to thank you for being the lighthouse in their life, and to give you the chance to grant them the final gift of freedom, the final sacred act. We are coming to the end of this message, but this is not an ending. This is the fulfillment of a promise that was buried in silence. The spiritual covenant between you is being enacted. Silence is being replaced by revelation. Unfinishedness is being replaced by wholeness. Heaven has called for balance. The Divine order is asking for a release, not to end the love, but to set it free, to let it evolve. Through your action, you are helping to restore harmony and allowing your love to ascend to a new, higher, and purer level. Your journey continues, dear one, and so does theirs, just in another realm. But from now on, both journeys will be different. Now you can both finally move forward. No longer bound in longing, but dancing in the light. You will walk lighter, freer. And they will always be watching over you. But now they can do it with wings. Their love has been transformed. From an anchor into wings, an elevated source of protection and guidance. You have done an extraordinary thing. You have given them what they longed for most. You have given them peace. This is the greatest gift one soul can give another. A gift that cannot be bought with money, cannot be created with empty words, but can only come from a sincere act of release from the depths of the heart. Now, not tomorrow. Not in a little while. Right now. Heaven never lets obedience and love go unrewarded. There is a gift, a powerful divine deposit that this person left for you. And now that you have released their soul with honor, the blessing is ready to be delivered. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, call their name in your mind, and now whisper the words of release, the words of truth, the words of love. I hear you. I remember you. I forgive you. I release you. Rest in peace. I love you. Breathe deep, dear one. This is not grief. This is sacred. You have done it. The promise is fulfilled. You are standing in the in-between. You are speaking to eternity, and eternity is answering with love. A new chapter has begun. For them, and for you, walk in the light. You are loved. You are protected. And now you are free.